All right, check this out. I am in a place called Tanaberu, and this is my first time ever seeing a cacao plant. It's a tree with a cacao fruit growing on it, and it's pretty cool to see this for the first time. Being that I love chocolate and I don't even know where it comes from, where it originates from. So this was really interesting. Hello, my beautiful, amazing, wonderful people out there. How are y'all doing today? Today I'm actually finishing up a fast. This is my third and final day. I'm doing a 3-day fast, and I'm going to, in the very near future, drop some information and some questions as well about fasting. So stay tuned for that. This is I'm almost finished with my 3-day fast, and I've learned a lot from it. But today, in this video, I'm going to talk about something that has been really special in my life. Like, I have a pretty close relationship with it. I've had this relationship with it for my whole life. I've always loved it, and I never knew why. And if you don't know already from the title of the video, this connection that I have is with cacao, chocolate. And I never even knew until like just recently, like what exactly a cacao plant looks like, or what a cacao fruit looks like, which is what I'm holding in my hand. It's a cacao fruit. And when I was a kid, I really, really loved chocolate. I never knew why. Just had an addiction to it. I always loved chocolate milk, chocolate candy bars. Just loved it, loved it, loved it. Couldn't get enough of it. Now, fast forward into the future. Like me as an adult, I began to be more health conscious. And I began to try to cut back on things that weren't serving me well. And I began to realize that a lot of my beloved chocolate foods were filled with the criminal sugar. Yes, sugar, the bad guy. Especially processed sugar that does not come from nature, that's produced in some factory and mass supplied to everyone just for sales and profit. But later, fast forward even further into the future, more like now, the past 6 years, I began to look deeper into why I love chocolate so much, and why I can't really shake my connection with it. And I've learned a few things, and I'm gonna share with you 4 things that I've learned about chocolate and why I think it's so incredible. All right, the first thing I'm going to talk about is chocolate's effect on mitochondria. The second thing that I'm going to talk about is chocolate's effect on your microbiome, your gut bacteria. And the third thing that I'm going to talk about is copper and the abundance of copper in chocolate. And the fourth, and to me, the most important thing that I'm going to talk about is chocolate's effect on your solar panel, your skin, and how it protects it, and how it helps you absorb the beauty, the energy that the heavens sends down to us. Okay, so let's get right to it. All right, take a look here. These are some cacao beans. I went to a cacao plantation, and I bought these straight from the farmer. So this is a raw cacao. That's how I'm going to eat it. And when I got it from them, it was not dried, so I have to like dry it here where I am. It's probably going to take about 3 days to do. I have to lay it out in the sun. Hopefully nothing comes by and eats my precious cacao. Well, I don't think many things like cacao, so I'm a little bit fortunate with that. Not many things other than myself, I guess. But I'm drying it, and I'll start eating it when my fast is over. Okay, so the first thing about cacao, like what I've learned and why I have this relationship that I have with chocolate, is its effect on mitochondria. Mitochondria are the bacteria, the abundant bacteria that are on all of the cells of your body, and they make energy for our bodies. And mitochondria are one of the most foundational things in our bodies that make energy. So you always want healthy mitochondria. And cacao, chocolate, and all of the wonderful substances that are in it, they influence mitochondrial biogenesis, which means the making of new mitochondria. So chocolate helps you get more energy by making more and making new mitochondria. All right, so how does chocolate make new mitochondria? Well, chocolate contains proteins that are called sirtuins, specifically sirtuin number 1. And what are sirtuins? Sirtuins are proteins in the plant that are produced when the plant is under stressful conditions. And by stressful conditions, I mean like inadequate rain or too much sunshine, something like this. They stress the plant out, and the plant produces protective mechanism, which is the sirtuin. And when we eat the cacao plant, we receive this message that the environment is a stressful environment, and it sends the message to our biology that we need to step our game up and we need to be better. And what are some things that we need to do to be better? One thing, of course, is making new mitochondria, or making more mitochondria. So that's one benefit right there. You make more new mitochondria through sirtuin proteins that chocolate contains. And other sirtuin-rich foods are like wine, peanuts, I think turmeric. But the next reason number 2, is cacao's effect on your microbiome. Microbiome is your gut bacteria, the bacteria in your stomach. And with the bacteria in your stomach, you want a very, very diverse community of bacteria. Think of your body as its own universe, or its own world, planet, however you want to look at it. And, imagine the earth with just nothing but human beings. Things wouldn't work out. Things would go bad real quickly. And the same thing with your microbiome. We need the diversity. The diversity is what keeps everything going, moving, keeps it strong. And it's no different with your gut microbiome. And this diversity has a huge influence on your immune system. A diverse microbiome makes you have a very strong and healthy immune system, so that you can deal with any, like a variety of bacteria, viruses, and other pathogens in your body that can do you harm. So a healthy gut flora, it produces diversity in your gut flora. And the third thing that I'll talk about a little bit is that cacao contains, from what I've learned, quite a bit of copper. It's pretty high in copper. And you're going to hear me talk about copper quite a bit because I've kind of recently just learned like the importance of copper. Well, I'll tell you one importance of copper right now. Copper is one of the main components of melanin, copper and tyrosine. Melanin is our natural solar panel, our skin, and it affects how we absorb, our ability to absorb the sun. So you want a very good working solar panel to absorb the energy so that you can use the energy. You know, people think the sun is bad, but the sun isn't bad. The sun's only bad when you don't have the ability to absorb the energy that it provides. And this is not just food related. It's also environment related. For example, you need electrons to capture photons. And if you're around like a bunch of technology and electric fields and things like this, it's taking electrons from your body. And when you take away electrons from your body, you lose the ability to capture photons. And when you can't capture those photons, then it can cause damage. All right, so I was talking about copper. Cacao is pretty high in copper. And maybe that's one reason why I crave chocolate so much. Maybe my body is trying to tell me that, hey, I need some copper. Give me copper. Copper, copper, copper. And I just recently, like the past less than 2 years ago, I learned about like the importance of copper. And I learned of 2 other foods that are pretty high in copper, which are dates. And the one highest food that I've learned high in copper is sesame seeds. And once I learned this, I decided to go try them to see what effect they would have on me. And I came to realize that I really, really have a voracious appetite for dates and sesame seeds. Like I can eat huge amounts and my body just wants them, which I think my body's saying, I need copper, get me copper. And as I've said before, copper deserves like its entire own video. I can't really do it justice by just breezing over it. But a good video that I recommend to learn more about copper, if you're interested, is there's a vlogger by the name of Soul Voice. Look up his video about copper. That's Soul Voice, SOUL, and Voice, VOICE. All right, and last and most importantly to me is our solar panel. Yes, our skin, what gives us color. Our skin is a solar panel. It absorbs the sun and turns the sun into energy. And cacao plays a pretty good role in the maintenance of your solar panel. And I'm going to talk about a couple ways that it does this. There's numerous ways, but I'm just going to hit you with a couple. All right, so one is the compounds in cacao causing you to release nitric oxide into your blood. Nitric oxide brings the capillaries and brings the blood flow to the surface of your skin so that you can absorb more photons into your blood so that you can nourish your body. So nitric oxide, it increases blood flow. And another way that cacao helps your solar panel is that the polyphenols, which cacao is very rich in, they have the ability to absorb all frequencies of light that we experience from the sun every day. That's UV, all the strong frequencies. So you can kind of look at it as nature's own sunscreen, nature's sunscreen given to us. And there's tons of other like benefits of cacao. Like you can look it up, and I could make probably a couple videos just talking about all these benefits, but I'll stop here with the benefits. And yeah, as like even like in my country, the US, we celebrate Valentine's Day by giving our lover chocolate. And the chocolate is like just like a symbol of love, and we use it to represent that when we present our gifts to our lovers, to show them how we feel. And even me, when I eat my chocolate, my mind just feels really good, and I feel like I'm in love, and my attention is better. It's almost drug-like to me. It's one of my just sweetest joys. Like when it comes down to food, I can eat it. I love the taste, even though it's bitter. Like I eat mine raw like this, I still love the taste. I love the feeling, and just the whole association that comes with it. But I'll stop here, and thank you so much for dropping by, spending a little time with me. I really appreciate that. I love you. You love yourself. Love everyone around you. Spread love. Be love. Please like, share, subscribe, comment, browse my channel. Oh yeah, and one more thing. Please share with me. I have a favor. Please share with me the one food that you've stuck with throughout your whole life, that you've been addicted to, and maybe you don't know why, maybe you do. And share that with me, share that with us. And if you can, please let me know the region of where that food comes from as well. Again, thank you so much. I love you. Pay attention to what's in front of you. Love what's right in front of you. Love life. I'm gone.